In this video, we are going to use EFT tapping together to release the resistance that might be blocking you from receiving whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So, EFT is one of my most favorite techniques to use for literally everything, and it's something that I teach all my clients because it's the simplest, most effective way to really change anything that you want in your life and to really make it permanent and to really make it stick. Hi, this is Aditi. I talk about all things personal growth, manifestation, healing, transformation, feminine energy, mind body connection, and all those things to help you level up and live your best life. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, do subscribe and stick around. But today we are using EFT for a very specific thing, which is dealing with the unconscious fear of having the very thing that you are wanting. So, let me explain. Now, sometimes you consciously want something like more money or more success or a better relationship, but you unconsciously fear it. Like, I want to manifest a loving relationship, but I'm scared that it's going to make me very vulnerable and going to end up in a heartbreak. Or I want to make a lot of money, but unconsciously I am scared that this is going to put too much pressure on me and that I'm going to have to work even more, or I'm scared that it's going to ruin my relationships because people are going to see me differently. It is very different from every individual because all of this is subconscious and it is decided at a very early age in life where you form these certain associations. And now having this desire actually comes with a unconscious cost, right? Like success is costing pressure, or love is costing maybe a heartbreak, or money is costing responsibility, for example. So the body is then trying to keep you in the familiar by pushing these things away unconsciously. And I have made a separate video about this where we go much deeper into that and other things when it comes to manifestation. So do check that out if you want to really understand what's happening and why it's happening. But today and this video is more about experiencing the shift rather than really understanding the what and the why and the theory behind it. So if you're here, I'm assuming that you have some basic idea about what EFT is. But even if you've never done EFT, doesn't matter. You can still go along with me and do the tapping to release the fear that you have. So you just want to repeat whatever I say, repeat it after me, or choose your own words. I'm going to guide you through the whole process. There is no right and wrong. The intention is actually what matters way more than doing it perfectly or doing it correctly. So we start with the karate chop point. So if you give someone that karate chop, that sort of movement, this is the part that is used right at the base of your hand. So this is the first uh, point or the first part that we're going to use. And then we're going to tap on different points. The first one being right inside the edge of the eyebrows. So right here, and then on the side at the temples, and then the other point is under the eye, right in the middle, right under the eye, in that little dip that you have. And then it's under the nose, then it's in this dip between the lower lip and the chin, then it's right at the collarbone, right a little bit below the collarbone right there, and then it's at the spleen point, which is about 4 inches below the armpit on the sides. Okay, so there is a chart that you can see as well to understand the points. Now the points are very tiny, so you're not going to miss it if you use your just, even if you just use one finger, you're not going to miss it because it's literally very, very, very tiny. Okay, so don't worry about whether I'm doing it right, whether this is the right point. Don't stress about all of that too much. Just go with the flow, understand the technique, understand the process, and then you can use it for whatever you want. So EFT comes from a mixture of energy medicine and psychology. And if these kind of body based tools are something that you're drawn towards, we are doing exactly that inside my new course, Body Wisdom. We're going to be learning practical tools like EFT, energy medicine, somatic tools, nervous system regulations, everything to do with the body and how I can use the wisdom of the body to change things, change habits, change my health, manifest things, all of those things, right? But it's extremely body based. So if you would like to join it when it opens, you can sign up with the waitlist link below. Now let's set a little bit of context before we start into tapping. So this is about releasing the fear of whatever you're trying to manifest. So think about that one thing that you're trying to manifest but somehow feel blocked, or somehow you're not able to go forward. Whether it's money, health, career, business, dream house, whatever it is. And now you want to ask yourself that if I got this today, what could go wrong? Or if I got this today, how could my life be negatively impacted? Now, I want you to also think about it and rate how true this fear feels right now. How real does this fear feel right now on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 being not at all, it doesn't feel true to me at all, to 10 being it is absolutely, it's almost like a fact. Okay, so just rate it so that we can check in with ourselves again and see where the fear has reached now after the tapping, whether it has dropped, how much it has dropped, and um, so that it's feedback, right? And so you can change the method or you can do it multiple times. So with that, we are ready to go into the tapping process. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to use money as an example throughout just to make things easy. You can use whatever it is that you have been trying to manifest and just insert it wherever I say anything related to money. Okay, this is just an example to make things easier. With that, we are ready to start. We're ready to get into the first round of EFT tapping, where we're just going to acknowledge the fear and sort of set the tone for going deeper. So let's start with the karate chop point. Even though a part of me doesn't feel safe receiving more money, I deeply love and accept myself. This statement we're going to say 3 times, okay? So, even though a part of me doesn't feel safe receiving money, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though a part of me doesn't feel safe receiving more money, I deeply love and accept myself. And now we go through the points while keeping the fear alive in our minds. So a part of me is scared. A part of me thinks money isn't safe. You can feel free to use whatever words feel right to you as long as you're keeping the fear of having more of money or love or success alive. A part of me is scared. A part of me thinks money is not safe for me. I'm scared of more money. A part of me is scared. A part of me is scared. Now, moving on to the second round where we're going to thank this part and just honor the work it does for you. So, even though a part of me is still trying to protect me, I choose to appreciate and honor it. Even though a part of me is just trying to protect me, I choose to appreciate and honor it. One last time, even though a part of me is still trying to protect me, I choose to honor and appreciate it. And now, with the tapping points, thank you for protecting me. You were just trying to keep me safe. I don't need to fight you. You're just trying to keep me safe. Thank you for protecting me. I don't need to fight you. Thank you for protecting me. Moving on to round 3, where we're going to introduce new possibilities. So, even though more money felt unsafe until now, I'm open to seeing it differently. Even though more money felt unsafe until now, I am open to seeing it differently. Even though more money felt unsafe until now, I'm open to seeing it differently. Maybe money could be safe. Maybe I don't need this old belief anymore. Maybe money could feel peaceful. Maybe money could be peaceful. Maybe money could be safe. I don't need this old belief anymore. Maybe more money could be peaceful. And now moving on to the fourth and the last round where we are installing the new belief. So even though I've been scared of having more money, I'm open to seeing that it can also bring freedom, peace, and joy. Even though I've been scared of having more money, I'm open to seeing that it can also bring freedom, ease, and joy. Even though I've been scared of having more money, I'm open to seeing that it can also bring freedom, ease, and joy. What if this could actually be good for me? What if receiving more of this brought me more peace? Maybe more freedom, more ease, more joy. Maybe I've only been looking at one side and I'm open to seeing the bright side of this. What if it's actually good for me? We want to repeat this because we really want to install that. So we'll just tap at the same points once again. What if money is good for me? Maybe money means more joy, more connection, more freedom. Maybe I've only been looking at one side and I'm open to seeing the bright side. Maybe this is actually good for me. Maybe this is actually great for me. Okay. Let's end this with breathing. So breathe in and breathe out. Now I want you to just look up with your eyes. So look up, look down, look left, look right. Rotate your eyes clockwise and then anti-clockwise, and then just hum your favorite song for about 2 to 3 seconds. This last thing that we did is to just integrate these changes by activating different parts of the brain. When I'm looking at different places with my eye, my brain is getting alive and activated, and so it is integrating these changes throughout the brain. So now check in with yourself again. Bring to mind the same fear that came up when we asked ourselves that question and give it a rating. See how true it feels right now. How true does that fear feel right now? And see where it's gone down to. Maybe it was a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Maybe it's down to a 3 or a 4, depending on how deeply entrenched you were in it. If it's down by a few points, you want to do this process again. because this is not something you can just do once. It is something that you want to do at least 2 to 3 times to really get all of it out of your system. Or you might also realize that there is another specific fear around the same thing. So around having more money, I now realize that there's something else that I'm also afraid of, and then I work with it. Because EFT is like peeling onion layers. There is layer by layer and layer and layer of things that happen for the same thing. So I start with, okay, maybe I'm afraid of more responsibility. I do a EFT round for it, and that kind of loosens its grip. And then I realize, oh, I'm also scared that money means people are going to be jealous of me. But that is only going to be revealed after you deal with the first layer of responsibility through EFT. So EFT is a beautiful way of revealing the deeper layers that are probably sitting underneath, and then working with each one of them until you really clear it all out of your system, and you're much more open to receiving your desires. So you can come back to this technique whenever you notice yourself feeling more resistance around anything: money, relationships, health, career. And so if you keep hitting a brick wall, like things are not progressing in this domain, even though I've been trying really hard, you can come back to it and you can do this process with me. You can replay it, or you can do it by yourself using words that feel natural, that come from the inside out. Okay, that's it for this video. Do check out the video that I mentioned previously about the 4 missing pieces of manifestation. It's really going to help you look at manifestation completely differently.